Alright, hi guys, Chinon back again this week with more Parable Sage gist, and we'll have a lot of hot gist for this week. For instance, with the PlayStation 5 specs and the release date, Tom Holland's role in bringing back Spiderman to the MCU. I am so excited about this one, and Call of Duty Mobile. New details on the Sony upcoming next generation console have been released, and its new features are promisingly creative. Thank goodness. Details such as the name, specs, and the release date were announced, stating that the new console will be called the PlayStation 5. I mean, who expected otherwise? But anyway, the hardware specifications include an AMD chip that has a CPU chip based on the 3rd generation Ryzen. It will have 8 cores of the 7nm Zen 2 microchip. The console will also support 8K gameplay, but this will, of course, depend upon the consumer's TV. Okay, so the graphics chip will support ray tracing. That's something which is starting to become popular in movies and video games. The lead architect of the PS4, Mark Kearney says this technique could also improve the audio in games, and the PS5 will fully support 3D audio. The PS5 will also make use of the solid-state drive technology, SSD for short. And this means that games will load faster and be able to handle more objects on screen at once than current hard disk drive, that's the HDD-driven consoles. So characters and cameras could move faster through game worlds, as environments could be loaded much faster than they currently do. Alright, as for the new PS5 controller, Sony has decided to focus on a more immersive experience for gamers. According to GameSpot, Sony has opened up on its vision for the PlayStation 5 controller by saying, "One of our goals with the next generation is to deepen the feeling of immersion when you play games. And we had the opportunity with our new controller to reimagine how the sense of touch can add that immersion." To that end, there are 2 key innovations with the PlayStation 5's new controller. First, we're adopting haptic feedback to replace the rumble technology found in controllers since the 5th generation of consoles. With haptics, you truly feel a broader range of feedback, so crashing into a wall in a race car feels much different than making a tackle on the football field. You can even get a sense for a variety of textures when running through fields of grass or puddling through mud. The second innovation is something we call adaptive triggers, which have been incorporated into the trigger button L2/R2. Developers can program the resistance of the triggers so that you feel the tactile sensation of drawing a bow and arrow or accelerating an off-road vehicle through rocky terrain. In combination with the haptics, this can produce a powerful experience that better stimulates various actions. Game creators have stated to receive early versions of the new controller, and we can't wait to see where their imagination goes with these new features at their disposal. Okay, so wow, with this barrage of innovation, fans' excitement for the new piece of hardware has spiked as they can't wait to get their hands on it. The PlayStation 5 is scheduled to launch this holiday 2020. So Disney CEO Bob Iger appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live to promote his new book. And on the show, he revealed precisely how Tom Holland, who plays the world's favorite comic book superhero, had a crucial role in bringing Spidey back to the MCU. It all started at Disney's D23 convention when Holland appeared to promote the upcoming animated film Onward and thanked. After D23, Tom reached out to folks that worked for me and said, "Can I please have Bob's email address or phone number?" Iger said during his Kimmel interview, after getting the CEO's phone number, he made a call. It was clear that he cared so much, and we care a lot about him, and he's a great Spider-Man, isn't he? Between Holland's call and fans continuing to clamor for the resolution, Iger said he decided to give it one last shot. "So after I got off the phone with him, I made a couple of phone calls to our team at the Disney studio," he recalled. "And then I decided to call the head of Sony, and I said, we've got to figure out a way to get this done, for Tom and for the fans." And we did. For Iger, Holland's call and the fans seemed to have reminded him about a vital piece of the puzzle that was overlooked. Sometimes, companies, when they negotiate, or people when they are negotiating with one another, they kind of forget there are other folks out there that actually matter, he said. With the deal now closed, it's announced that Spider-Man will appear in at least one more MCU movie, with excruciating producer Kevin Feige continuing to work on the Sony Spiderman films for the remainder of the new deal. Of course, they could always strike another deal when this one ends. They should. They really should. Call of Duty Mobile was released this week and has been downloaded over 100 million times after launch. According to mobile app analytics expert Sensor Tower, it's generated 56.9 million installs on iOS alone, which far exceeds the entire launch week number for other popular mobile competitors across both mobile platforms. Okay, so to compare, PUBG Mobile and Fortnite saw 28 million and 22.5 million installs in their launch weeks, respectively. According to Sensor Tower data, Call of Duty Mobile saw the most installs in the United States, with about 17.3 million or 16.9% of downloads, followed by India with 13.4%, and finally Brazil with 7%. But if Activision earns approval for launch in that market, where mobile games remain extremely popular, installs could prominently skyrocket. Okay, so that's all for this week. To round up with the highlights, how excited are you for the new PlayStation console? What do you think about how Tom Holland influenced the Spidey situation? And how are you enjoying the new Call of Duty mobile game? Let's discuss this in the comments. And as a reminder, don't forget to download our mobile game Light Out. It's been out on the mobile Android Play Store and Apple App Store for a week now. Click the link in the description to download, like right now. You should click that right now. All right, guys, so that's all for today. Don't forget to give up a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe if you love it, and also do not forget to turn on notifications so you do not miss this. Once again, I'm Chinon, and I woke up like this. Well, except for the weekday, but I woke up like this.